I'll just introduce us now.
Go for it.
So welcome back to the Open Camp podcast. My name, as always, is Alex, and I'm joined by my good friend Mitchell Robertson. Mitch, how are you?
I'm no bad, Alex. How are you?
I'm all the better for seeing your lovely face. Tom, how are you doing, sir?
Yeah, very good.
Very good, very good. Now, so what we're doing today, boys, what are we looking at?
We are looking at Barcelona versus Real Madrid in the Spanish Super Cup final, I believe. Is that right?
Super Cup final. So that's kind of like
2011.
2011. Come on, Mitchell, get your finger out, man.
No.
That's like the equivalent of the Community Shield, but I think it means a little bit more because it's a two-legged thing, isn't it? And it's played at each other's stadiums. So, starting off, has anybody got the teams? Because I've forgot to take a note of the teams.
No.
I've not got the team sheet. That's a great start, isn't it? We'll keep this in, right? We'll keep this in.
Barcelona started with Valdez, Alves, Mascherano, Piqué, and Abidal at the back, and then played midfield three of Xavi, Iniesta, and Busquets, and then Messi is kind of like a false nine. Villa played out wide, and Pedro played out the other way.
It's not a bad team, that is it?
They brought on Adriano, I believe, at one point. They brought on Cesc Fabregas at one point, and they brought on Keita.
Yeah, Keita.
Real Madrid started with Casillas and goals, and then they had a back four of Ramos, Carvalho, Pepe, and Contral, and then midfield of Xavi Alonso and Sami Khedira, and then out wide they had Ronaldo and
Di Maria,
and then Ozil playing just in behind Benzema up top. They brought on Marcelo in at left back. They brought on Higuain up top. I think that might have been only two subs they made.
I think it was, yeah. I think it was. Because Contral went in the midfield for Khedira at half-time. So, yeah. Before we start, just a quick thing about the teams. Fucking hell. No. That's not... This is the peak for us, anyway, of Spanish football, European football, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's not really a weak link in any of them, to be honest, that you wouldn't highlight any of them as being like...
Yeah, I think if you're at a stretch, you'd say Contral at left back for Madrid. But even then, he's not a bad player.
No.
Yeah.
He's still watching this game, he's the one that kind of struggled the most out of all the players. But then, if you think about it, he's just signed for Sporting Lisbon, maybe. It's one of his first games in Spanish football. Never mind a Clássico, and he's still fucking good. But first, that midfield for Barcelona, right? Best ever.
Mm-hmm. Oh, easily. There's no even discussion.
Yeah, probably. Tom, we were speaking before we came on as well. Tom, your boy Ozil in this game.
It's just a typical Ozil performance. So it's just like what you've been expected to see. It's just you maybe have glimpses of like absolute magic in games where he sees things and he adjusts between lines, but then for 80 minutes of the game you're just so frustrated by him.
Yeah.
I think this game sums it up where Alex, like, he didn't even know he was playing. You forgot he was playing at one point, and that's just how he is. But then he gets away with it because he plays two amazing passes a game, and then the games that they come off. Exactly.
Aye.
But the problem with playing him is you can't play two strikers because he's got to basically be in the front two because he can't be trusted to do a midfield role. So
yeah, you couldn't really go. Ideally, you'd want. Ideally, I don't know how to beat a Pep Guardiola Barcelona team, but like you'd think Alonso, Khedira, and they're breaking stuff up, right? Get another guy in there, like they've got now in Valverde, Madrid, just in about them. But anyway, we'll get on to the game then. So immediately from the kickoff, Madrid. They're pressing Barcelona. This is a change for the season before where they tried to set off and get torn apart. So straight away they're
that
right in their faces.
Game, wasn't it? Sorry.
Yeah, 6-2. On way to Bernabeu and stuff, I think. But straight away in their faces, there's a chance inside the first minute for Madrid. So
I've got it 41 seconds.
Yeah, I've got 42. So it's round about the 40th second, man. Xavi Alonso, it's a throw-in for Barca in the left-back position. Xavi Alonso straight on top of Xavi, who gets the ball at the edge of the box. Wee bit of pinball. Barca fail to clear, which I think becomes a theme of the day, actually. Barca fail to clear their lines. It's someone just boot the ball. get your foot through it.
Yeah, so I had put that early pressure on Barca was attempting to go out for the back, but failed ultimately.
Yeah, it's better that first 10 minutes just trying to create, and Madrid's press was ridiculous. But Alonso plays it out wide to Ronaldo on the left hand side of the box, who has a shot save. This is inside the first minute, and already it's not a big chance, it's a wee half chance. It's not looking good. And coming in. No, just leave it there. Just leave that hanging. No,
You know, I don't have a lot of individual notes on kind of chances in the game. A lot of mine are
that.
no, mine are more. I talk more of my notes are kind of just about Iniesta specifically.
yeah.
Or I've got a few.
You pick a theme and go for it.
Stuff. You know, no, I'm a big fan of the first goal. Right,
First goal, yeah.
and purely because I think a lot of the credit would go to Messi for that goal.
It's the run.
But a lot of it's got to go that run for Iniesta, because if he doesn't make that run, then Messi doesn't spot the pass.
I know what you mean.
You know,
you still get the impression. See if that run wasn't made the way Messi was moving, I still feel like just run around and didn't score anyway. But we'll get. On you go, sorry.
We'll get to that if you want, because I'm going to a few points, but maybe.
We'll just 14
minutes.
I know. I do agree. I think from the start of the game, there was a lot of big press from Real Madrid, and they struggled to deal with it in ways, but
they still scored first.
Yeah, I think after about 5 or 6 minutes, Barca settled into the game. I would say.
We'll just quickly go over what happened for the next kind of minute. So Madrid were clearly trying to just punt the ball into Mascherano. Mascherano's playing centre half, we should say that. 5'9". Obviously, Cannavaro's one of the best centre halves ever. He was at 5'9", but first 15 minutes, we'll say to Tomo, we counted about 5 long balls to Mascherano. He won every single one, and I don't remember a long ball getting played to him again for the rest of the game.
Yeah. I did think it was strange the way Mascherano was playing on the right-hand side of the defence, the two centre-backs.
Mm-hmm.
Piqué was playing the left. To me, because Ronaldo was out wide left, I'd have had Piqué at the other side just in case that long ball was played.
Well, I think that's the point. They did play the long ball and they didn't get it. It didn't happen. But I was saying to Tom as well, Piqué did eventually. They did switch at one point in the first half. Piqué was playing on the right-hand side. Mascherano was left. Yeah. I don't know why, because there was nothing really happening. They weren't losing any ground in that side. Dani Alves had Ronaldo in his pocket for most of the game.
Dani Alves won a lot of good headers against Ronaldo as well.
Yeah.
Like, he wasn't dominated in the air like you'd expect it to be.
Yeah, I mean, Ronaldo's 6'2" or something, isn't he? And then he's
got a good leap on him as well.
Yeah, he's very good in the air. And that right-hand side for Barcelona is both 5'9", 5'10" max. And he's dominated by, long balls played up. Madrid are pressing 2 or 3 players to the ball every time, but it's still a structure, they're still in their shape. And then, like you say, Mitchell, first goal comes, Barcelona work the ball across the pitch. Messi's drifted to the right wing at this point from a central position, and Carvalho comes out from centre half to meet him. And it's that Messi thing of he stood still, drops his shoulder, and Carvalho falls in his arse, and then he's away. Beats another player, and then Iniesta's made a run from the centre circle. Pass in between fullback, centre half. It's just brilliant, isn't it?
It's a great run, yeah. It's all about the run for me, and even the finish as well. The finish is just cool, calm and collected.
I don't know if you remember that one, Tomo, for Arsenal when Sanchez was through and goal and keeper. He done like a wee inward step over, then lifted it over.
Yeah, West Ham, December 2017, I think it was.
Bang, straight in there, pub quiz champion. By this one,
5-1, I think.
There we go.
One thing I did notice as well from the first kind of 50 minutes was how good Abidal is.
Oh yeah,
I never actually realised how. See, honestly, in the first 3 minutes, he just was a presence straight away in the game.
Yeah,
I felt
that was the first leg.
Quick.
We should probably clarify as well. The first leg from the Bernabeu's 2-2, so it's kind of winner takes all here. Whoever wins this game's won it. But Abidal played centre half in that game, and obviously he's a big unit, and but you just watch him, and he's just so on the ball. He sent Di Maria for chips and gravy a couple of times, man. Like touching the ball.
Di Maria was poor.
He looked as if he was going to come into a game. I thought first 5 buzzing about. He beat a couple of guys, got 3 runs, and then he kind of faded out. But I think that's just Madrid in general, because it's like their attacking players never really done much.
Yeah.
They scored 2 goals. The pressing was good, but it's a very defensive performance.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously Di Maria is good for that, but it's still an attacking player. And there just wasn't really that going. It wasn't clicking going forward for Madrid, even though they scored 2 goals. Back to the first one, ball played through Iniesta, through on goal, wee step over, and then just chips over Casillas, 1-0 Barca. I've got down here Messi breaking shape with dribbling and passing. Usually you get one guy who can pass to break a defensive shape or dribble to break a defensive shape. Like Ozil can pass it, Hazard can dribble. Messi does both.
Mm-hmm.
Best ever, isn't
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this is really him kind of at, I don't want to say his peak, because obviously he's peaked his whole career in a way.
Yeah, he's never had a trough.
Yeah, like you say, like buzzing about and pure nippy, and the way he was kind of nipping the ball off people in challenges and stuff like that.
That's one thing I love about Messi. He doesn't shite out anything. Obviously, he's a wee hard as nails Argentinian guy, right? But you'd look at him, it's like 5'7", very elegant attacking player, but he'll scrap you if you want to scrap.
Yeah. No, I thought he was really nippy. And I don't really remember him being that kind of way.
Yeah.
I couldn't say that I watched him enough growing up.
Yeah.
To say he was never like that.
Tomo, any thoughts on the first goal?
I just think Messi creates the run from Iniesta though, but the fact that he drops, like playing that kind of false 9 position, the fact that he drops deep and drags the centre half out allows Iniesta to make that run in behind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I think as much as intelligent Iniesta to see that space and then make the run into it, it can only happen because Messi's so intelligent of dragging players out of position to allow that run to happen. And I think it just kind of sums up kind of Barca's style of play though, because like it was like a minute 32 was Barca's first goal kick, and then it was kind of like the modern day how to play a goal kick where the full-backs kind of go higher and wide, the centre-back split, and then the defensive midfielder drops back in, and Busquets was playing on the goal line. And then you look at 4:28 where Barca attacking, the 3 forwards go narrow, and then the 2 full-backs kind of go high. But then 5:40 where Pedro gets his first kind of run at the left back, he starts so wide, so it's just typical like Guardiola kind of style football where Messi's a perfect player to play it because he allows the wide players to start wide and then come in to the space that he's left. In this case, it was Iniesta running from midfield. But the style in the kind of first 10 minutes was so obvious, and it's so like classical Guardiola that allows Iniesta to make that run.
Yeah.
But Messi ultimately created that goal.
Mm-hmm. Do you remember? Sorry, you go.
No, I was going to say I'll give Iniesta 51% credit and Messi 49% for that goal.
I don't know, man. Like I said, Messi beats Carvalho without really touching the ball, and then he skips past, I think it's Khedira and Alonso as well. Mm-hmm. And then something like that, something ridiculous. Do you remember at the time before, obviously Messi was always going to play for Argentina? I don't think he was ever in doubt, but there was a lot of talk before he got capped about this lad might, he's eligible for Spain. Can you imagine if Messi had played for that Spain at that time?
Yeah.
Jesus.
It'd have been unreal.
It's like they won everything anyway, but obviously they always had it ended up they were winning 1-0, and if they said they were boring by the end, I had Messi in there, I don't think they would be saying that ever.
Yeah.
Anyway. Sorry, you go.
Sorry, no, I was going to say, see what Tom, we were talking about the goal kicks.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, we know that like the Barcelona way to play out from the back is that the centre backs do drop right back. I think it was maybe the 4th minute or something like that was very early on. I never realised how far down they actually do drop. PK was pretty much on the touchline.
That's just
so far back.
Busquets has to drop back in.
And that pitch is massive, and I never realised that they actually dropped so far back, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It's a massive gap as well. Like it's not as if, because defensively you want to kind of condense the pitch, but then you see a lot of goal kicks even now.
Mm-hmm.
Like a team will press up and I know Rangers do it. They kick it to the fullback, so the team press up. You try and hope, but then Barca just want it big as possible. They want you to go man for man.
Mm-hmm.
So just
they believe man for man they're better. Yeah.
Tom, you mentioned there Pedro against Contreras in that first half.
The first time. Yeah, the first time I kind of noticed it was the 8th minute, where it was like so obvious how narrow of a back four Real Madrid were playing.
Yeah.
So like playing Ramos and the left back, sorry, what's his name? Contral.
Yeah, Contral.
Like they're obviously not natural attacking, flying down the wing fullbacks. So to play so narrow against a Barca front three who start wide and then attack them, it's like the fullbacks have a decision to make. Do they press them and allow all the space in behind, or do they try and hold their shape and allow them time to then go and beat them? So I think it's like a classic Mourinho who doesn't like attacking fullbacks. Normally, he'll play like Aspilicueta at left back and Ivanovic at right back. That sort of. He'll play like 4 centre backs.
Yeah, I think that's the point.
In that way.
At this point, like, I think we've got to remember until Guardiola came up, Mourinho was the boy. He was the darling of everybody. Everybody loved Mourinho. Mourinho was the best in the world. Blah blah blah. Then Guardiola comes up and wins everything playing this. Now, there's no right way to play football, but people would call it the right way to play football. Attacking, Cruyff, triangles, boxes, just keep the ball in the deck and break teams down. This is kind of the start of the Mourinho we see today, innit? Where it's not about... Obviously, he's always been an arch pragmatist, but the pragmatism before was like, we'll do anything to win. Whereas now it's almost, we're going to do everything to win, not like that. Because his teams before played great football. You know, Chelsea, the second spell, played really nice football. First spell, Chelsea played great football. Inter played lovely football a lot of the time. Obviously, they were built on counter-attacking and stuff. But they still played really good football, whereas now it's almost, I need to prove that you can win this way, despite Guardiola. And so far, he's not done it, has he? And I think this game, especially, is probably that beginning.
Yep, true. But it's interesting to see, though, like you're obviously saying, like him playing good football in Milan. But see if you, like, if Sky Sports put a game on, it's always like the game, like they went to Barcelona and tried and defended the lead in the Champions League, and then you get the, like, in big games, you get the kind of image that he sits in and defends and defends and defends, whereas you don't get to see him over the course of the season.
Yeah, if you look at, like, I think that second Chelsea team he had, when it was, we spoke the other day about Fabregas was in there playing really nice, played number 10, dropped deep, Costa and stuff. It was a goal.
Again, you had Fabregas playing number 10, but you had John Obi and Nemanja Matic playing the other two midfield roles, so wasn't that like a flying forward? They
still played good. I think it was a goal against Burnley where it's a lot of 1-2s and it's Fabregas plays the ball in the corner for Schürrle, I think it was at the time.
Oh, it's the one where he goes as if he's going to hit it and he just kind of
inside of the foot and just kind of lifts it through.
It's stunning, yeah.
So anyway, Pedro.
Sorry, go for it, Pedro.
I was going to say Pedro against Contral. He had him in his back pocket. Contral, like we said, was struggling at this point. Not really getting forward. He's the area they're getting in because they're not getting any joy out of Ramos on the right-hand side. No. Pepe's following Messi about as well. Don't know if he's picked up on that. He's following him everywhere.
I got 11:33. Pepe very aggressive and stepping out. Yeah. So Messi was
20-yard run.
Messi was like tempting him out of position, basically.
Aye.
Which is allowed.
But he'd also been told to do that as well. But then you think that's suicide, isn't it? Because like obviously they're going right. Stop Messi, so we'll put Pepe, who's big, fast, very aggressive. So he flew. It was a full 25 yards. He left the centre half to go chase Messi, and I'm thinking, you've just left a massive hole to David Villa.
Yeah.
One of the best strikers of the 21st century. I think that was the joy about this Barcelona team as well. Just if you did focus on Messi, Xavi, Iniesta, David Villa, Pedro, Dani Alves, Eric Abidal at left back, even the two centre halves will pick a pass through you. And,
do you think you talking about the two centre halves there? Do you think that's why? Not why they bought Mascherano. That sounds silly, but to me, why do you go for Mascherano as a centre half?
I think
do you think it's because he is so technically good on the ball and played midfield and stuff like that?
Yeah. He's always kind of done that. He played the Yaya Toure at centre back and stuff like that.
Did he?
Yeah.
So Mascherano wasn't like a let's just try a midfielder at centre back. He always had the idea of wanting to play midfielder at centre back.
It always baffles me how didn't try Busquets. I don't
I
remember.
think
both of them
Busquets
doing it.
did play centre half a couple
Did
of
he?
times. Maybe that was for Spain.
I don't know if this is like kind of the I love a 4-4-2 with big hard cunts at the back and then whatever. But like Busquets is a tall guy, but then how do you break up a midfield three of Xavi and Iniesta Busquets? I suppose.
Yeah.
You'd maybe argue that Busquets is the best player to play out from that position, though, to receive the ball when the centre backs do split, to give the ball to Xavi and Iniesta, and he'd be more effective in that role than he would if he was to split as a centre back.
Aye, and probably if you, true.
He's so calm on the ball, getting the ball from a deep position. I would even argue that I'd rather have Busquets drop him deep to get the ball, other than Xavi drop him deep to get on the ball. Even though I'd say Xavi's passing ranges.
Yeah, Xavi did drop deep, but then you're right. Like if you get Busquets in there, if you can keep Xavi closer to the final third to pick out like a killer pass rather than.
Yeah, I think Xavi's a bit better looking for the killer pass than Busquets. Busquets is just great taking the ball from deep.
Yeah.
And he'll never really lose it, I wouldn't say. Very rarely does he lose it.
See, watching this game as well, obviously, like all the Real Madrid players could have probably played in the Barcelona team, right? They're all at an equal kind of level in terms of players. It's just that I think the coach and the style they play is like obviously majorly different. See, watching it, Xavi Alonso was the one I picked out that seamlessly would have went into that team, and I think maybe actually made it better. Like you can't really improve on Busquets, but I feel Xavi Alonso had a bit more about him than Busquets probably. I think that's one player you'd put in. And obviously, you look at the Spain team. I think he played more often than Busquets did at that point.
I agree. I think Xavi Alonso would improve that team if he took Busquets out. I do agree.
And even looking at like we're talking about the chance in the first 40 seconds, it's Alonso who presses, then wins the ball. It's a bit of pinball, and he's got the intelligence to nice easy pass out to the left, spots it early. Anyway, getting back to the game, like I said, Mitchell Barca calmed down, and it just started working it through the line, starting to tick without having, tearing anybody apart. I've got down after that major theme of the whole game is Dani Alves against Ronaldo, how aggressive he was. He would press him and he would also drop deep, and he would press him from a deep position. So every time Ronaldo had his back to goal, he was up his arse. And every time Ronaldo turned, he'd step off a little bit, but he'd always time it perfectly.
I actually felt like in the game as well, at certain points, Ronaldo was kind of... I remember one point specifically, I don't know what minute it was in, but he's out wide and he gets the ball, and Dani Alves is quite close to him, and he's just doing step-overs kind of just for the sake of it.
He'd done a couple of step-overs and knocked it back.
Yeah, there's a couple of points where I just felt like Ronaldo was almost just trying to do a trick at the halfway line for the sake of it. A couple of times, very rarely, and I don't know if that's just because he wanted to have some sort of impact or whatever, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, he did have an impact not long after because Madrid equalised. So there's a corner on the right-hand side from Mesut Ozil. It's played in. And like I said earlier, I feel a theme of this is Barcelona not clearing, especially from set pieces. So a bit of pinball. Barca again failed to regroup, attack the ball or really do anything. The ball ends up on the left-hand side of the box to Karim Benzema, who's free, nobody within 10 yards. It's a pretty tame cross-come shot, and Ronaldo manages to get a stud onto it, and it's in the back of the net, 1-1. It wasn't a good goal to concede.
It deflects as well, doesn't it, I think, off of...
I think there's a wee ricochet. I think so. There's a wee ricochet, and it's all very scrappy.
The goal ultimately comes from, it's the first time Piqué's got a position though for the corner. Piqué gets dragged into Di Maria, who then plays, very similar to Barca's goal, Di Maria drags Piqué out of position, and then it was Sami Khedira that made the run in behind. To then try to have a shot, couldn't get a shot, and then he tried to play it back to Benzema, but obviously Barcelona didn't get back in by the time he footed the bit. And then the corner went, but then even tried to defend the corner. Ozil wasn't even a good corner. Like, it got deflected to the front post, and it went to the back post, and it was a shot. And then, as you say, obviously, luck or whatever, if you want to call it luck, getting off Ronaldo, if you want to call it being in the right position at the right time. That comes off and goes in. But
also, you make your own luck, you get in there, but it's a bit lucky. Like it's not. They've not been undone by good play or like a well worked routine or a really good hard shot. It's like it's a wee P roller that Benzema puts in it. It's not like he's fired this ball at the back post.
Yeah.
I try, obviously, I don't want to get into a debate about zonal marking or anything because there's nothing wrong with zonal marking as long as you attack the ball. I just found a lot of time Barca just didn't. They done a combination of people were picking up certain players and then marking the kind of 6-yard box. They just didn't attack the ball and didn't follow the ball when it left. Again, I don't want to spend too long on it, but I can't get over how good Barca are going forward. But to me, like the basics of defending, you don't need to get taught how to attack the ball from a corner, surely.
Yeah, I mean, I never really took note of it, but who did Barcelona kind of have at the back? I imagine, like during corners, I imagine it was Abidal, Busquets, Piqué, Mascherano, and Dani Alves.
But then you still have midfielders on the edge of the box who are kind of looking to break or stop the next wave coming in. But like nobody attacked the ball. It's a free header at the front post.
Yeah.
And I think a Barcelona player wins that header at the front post.
Doesn't happen.
I can't remember now. I can't remember how it flicks on. But I suppose if you're Real Madrid lining up to play that Barcelona team, you do kind of look at the set pieces and go, this is maybe where we make it a wee bit scrappy and we could get a goal here. Especially with different players.
This is where it's so frustrating though, because they probably have identified that, which is why they've tried to play long balls to Mascherano and Dani Alves side of the park, but they never get any joy from that technically. So they've probably identified that there's an aerial kind of weakness there, but they never really get any joy from it, apart from the corner, which would have happened anyway. So it wasn't really a tactical plan.
Yeah,
I have to say, obviously saying it's very scrappy and it's not been done by good play. Benzema though peeling off at the back post, that was quite intelligent. I think in all of this game, I think Benzema done okay. He was decent in this game. He was causing problems. He was drifting into different areas and asking a lot more questions, I think, attacking wise than any of the other Real Madrid players, really.
Yeah, and see when Higuain came on, and then Benzema was forced to play left wing. I remember your argument was last week when we're picking our team that he just does it and doesn't complain as well.
Yeah.
It's like, can we bring in somebody else on? You're now not longer playing through the middle. You need to go and defend as a left mid position.
Yeah. So again, after this goal, the game calmed down a bit. Barca again are starting to settle a bit more. Madrid aren't as mad in the pressing. It's where before it was 2 or 3 players going to the ball. It's one player, but it's still very structured and organised. There's a couple of chances for Real Madrid in this time. Ronaldo hits the bar at one point, and then Ozil, there was one so wasteful. It was through on goal. I can't remember who it was to his right-hand side. I think it might have been Benzema.
And he plays a weak shot.
Yeah, just a P-roller right in the gloves of Alves. They end up with a corner, but if he squares it, it's 2-1 Madrid. I think that's the thing. Barca, where it's a great goal, they're starting to settle, but Madrid, I felt, still looked the more dangerous. Like, it looks as if they could get one pat, like, it would get a bit scrappy, and then somebody would just put their foot on it, usually Alonso, to be honest, and then they're through. It's just a bit wasteful in the end. Again, I've got down here the left-hand side of Madrid, which is not working. Contral struggling against Pedro. Pedro, I feel, could have went for him. And
you say Madrid were kind of after the goal, but it was Madrid scored in the 19th minute, and in the 21st minute, Pedro beat him and forced a good save from Casillas straight off the bat. So he did agree that he could attack them more, but he did attack him, and he did show him up as a weak link.
Yeah. I thought, you're right. I don't know if that's me being overly harsh because I'm watching Messi and whatever, but what are your thoughts on David Villa in this game? Because obviously they switched him and Pedro. Pedro had Contral's number and they switched Pedro to the left wing and put Villa out there for no apparent reason.
I think if you're playing the system that Barca played, where Messi plays that false 9, then you want a right-footed striker coming from the left-hand side, like an on-reef position, because making runs to the positions that he drives the centre-backs out of is more effective coming to his right foot. So I think it'd be more effective just staying on the left-hand side.
Yeah. Have you got anything else you want to talk about? Because I'm just going to jump straight to the next goal.
Let's see my notes. I actually didn't even. I took very little notes. I kind of just watched the game.
I just put 23rd minute. Barca get caught playing it from the back again, and the ball was played through to Benzema, but Valdez comes out and beats him just to it. Very dangerous again. Could have been a goal.
Yeah, I think I remember.
24th minute, more diagonal balls to Ronaldo, but can't get anywhere by Alves.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah, I've got down. Alves just had Ronaldo's number, like we already said. He's very aggressive in his pressing, but he's intelligent enough to stand off when he needs to.
Mm-hmm.
28th minute, Busquets plays a good ball into Pedro again, but Casillas comes off his line and quickly deals with.
Mm-hmm.
The 28th minute is the one that you're talking about, the Ozil shot, where Abidal was caught so far out of position, where he drops so deep and plays Ozil one side.
Although we were saying earlier, Abidal, brilliant player. I think there was maybe 2-3 times where he was a bit slow in getting out. Barca also tried to play an offside trap. He was playing it beyond.
Was that him towards the end of his career, I think, was it?
He just came back from cancer at this point, hadn't he?
Yeah, because he had a brain tumour, I think, wasn't it? I'm not sure.
I can't remember when he had his surgery. Let's check that.
Because I assume at this point, I should have done the research and thingied it, but I assume at this point, Puyol had retired?
Yeah, I think that Puyol, is gone by this point, because 2000. I don't know.
The only other thing maybe I would maybe put is the 32nd minute where Pedro actually spins the left back and gets in behind him, and Contral brings him down, but there's no booking. And I think that was quite lenient refereeing. I think if he gets booked and Pedro goes at him more often, then he could have caused more problems.
True.
And I think what we were saying, that Khedira went off because he was on a booking, I think it was probably to stop Contral getting a booking, because I think if Pedro went at him once more, it would have been a certain booking.
Yeah. So Mitch, I've got here, it was in the 15th of March. He was diagnosed with a tumour in his liver, and he had surgery. So that was just the season before this. So I think he's just back to having surgery on his liver to remove that cancerous tumour. That's kind of impressive. That's very fucking impressive, isn't it?
No, it's mental. I was going to ask, what is your opinions on Khedira as a player?
I think he's a good player.
I think the fact that he's had so many free transfers speaks for itself, that he's a wee bit overrated. I
think he's very overrated. I think he was...
Really? Yeah. It depends what you're asking from him. I think he's a water carrier. He'll do the dirty work.
Yeah, I think he's done very well to have the career he's had playing at Real Madrid and Juventus, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Where did they go after Juventus?
Still there.
Oh, sorry, what was that club he played at? He played at Real Madrid, Juventus, and... Anyway, I think he's done very well to play at the A2 teams anyway, because I wouldn't put him up there as like a great defensive midfielder. But as Tom said, free transfers maybe speak for themselves.
But is that not maybe just he's looking out for his career? He sees the writing on the wall and he's, I'm not signing a new contract.
Maybe to be fair, maybe.
Maybe, but if you're a player that's of such worth to a football club, then they offer you enough money to sign a new contract.
But like you said, he's not. Obviously. I don't know, man. I don't think you can say he's overrated for a guy that... I'm looking at his things now. He was at Stuttgart, then he went to Real Madrid, then Juventus. So he was Stuttgart from 2006 to 2010, 98 appearances and 14 goals. Real Madrid from 2010. So in 5 years, Real Madrid, he played 102 games.
Mm-hmm.
And he's been at Juventus since 2015. He's played 99 games, scored 21 goals. He gets 6 for Madrid, 77 caps for Germany.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying he's a good player, but I think he's a squad player for a big club. I don't think he wouldn't get anywhere near the Barca team.
I don't watch him enough to comment on it.
He's not near the Barca team, that's true. Just jump straight to the next goal then. 44th minute.
Messi goal, wasn't it?
Yeah, nice one to Messi and Piqué, and then Messi has a good chip finish over Casillas.
So I've got 44th minute. There's a Xavi corner on the left-hand side, cleared by Benzema at the front post to the edge of the box, straight to Messi, who first time chests it into Piqué, who just excellent back heel into Messi. 1-2 touches, and then Iker Casillas sprawling out, chips it over him into the back of the net, 2-1.
Mm-hmm.
Just Piqué and Messi here, just a lovely little 1-2 in it.
It was almost as if it was like a wee training exercise, and he was just playing about.
Yeah,
you know.
Aye, Xavi's going, I'm going to hit Benzema in the head. Messi, you chest into back heel. Aye.
It was very smart from Piqué and Messi, to be fair.
First time for Piqué. It's not as if he was like trying to get it under control and then what did I do here? Oh, I could pull it back heel. It's like ball in, back heel.
Yeah, beautiful. If only he stayed at Man U. only.
If only. I've got down in kind of controversy. Madrid got a kind of similar ricochets from a corner for their goal. I've got down that Madrid was probably a bit fortunate. Barca's wasn't. There was nothing fortunate about Barcelona's. They've not got a lucky bounce.
I think both of them probably have the same thing, that it's quite a poor corner to hit the first man. But the way Barcelona then play it, rather than just a wild shot and a deflection, then what you're saying.
So I know if that ball breaks to me the edge of the box, I'm trying to just hit that first time. It's in Rose Ed, isn't it? So, you know what I mean?
Make contact.
Well, I'd swing my right foot and it'd hit the left.
I love that. See when Real Madrid score their second goal, see how they all just run up to like their side of the bench, just start drinking water. I thought that was really funny. So Benzema scored it, wasn't it? I think.
Yeah.
And I think he runs up to celebrate with the coaching staff type thing, and then they all just start drinking bottles of water. I thought that was quite funny. I've actually got that down as one of my notes, one of my main notes.
Drinking water.
I thought it was brilliant. Because the commentator kept talking about the heat.
Oh, see, right. Could we do a quick interlude for the commentators? See how did you see when I was watching it and I was in this commentator, by the way? Had you watched it yet?
No.
Oh, I think I watched a different link.
How?
One
link I put in.
No, but I just typed it in. But I didn't. It didn't bother me too much. I wasn't really listening.
Not the co-commentator was all right. Archibald, Archibald. Yeah, the main guy.
The one with that accent. No.
Oh, just shut.
Was he Welsh?
I don't know.
I thought he was Scottish at the start, but
the co-commentator was Scottish.
That's probably I'm getting mixed up.
Aye, the actual guy though, like Lionel Messi. What? You doing? Just back to that goal for Barcelona though. I don't know if he's got the kind of the poetic moment of the guy sliding in as Messi chips over Casillas. No,
I never got that.
No. Young Cristiano sliding in, not quite making it as
was it
the best player in the world, chips it over Casillas. I thought
didn't know.
It was Ronaldo, the one tracking back. I thought it was very
me and Mitch don't have the poetic skills of an advanced higher English student.
No.
So we won't talk about that. Then
it goes to half time. You can talk about Marcelo.
Just straight on half time. So Marcelo's on for Khedira at this point, who got a booking on the booking. Harsh.
I don't remember him being booked, because when we first mentioned it, I just thought it was like a tactical substitution, because I felt as if Pedro was getting the better of Contra at left back.
No,
but then obviously you mentioned the Khedira booking, which then makes sense.
He got booked for a foul on Iniesta. Now, it was a foul, right? Iniesta's going, and Khedira, it looks as if he just rugby tackles into the ground, right? See when you watch it again, Busquets pushes Khedira, who falls into the back of Iniesta, then it's a booking. Yeah. So I thought it was a harsh booking, but anyway, Marcelo comes on, Contral goes into the midfield. It's still the same shape. It's just maybe somebody a bit more legs in there again, along with Alonso. A bit quicker than Khedira. Marcelo immediately just shows up that back line. Although he's not a great defender, he's obviously a better
He's a more
player.
natural left back, though. Yeah.
A lot better than Contral.
This is an argument over Khedira, though, right? Obviously, I get being on a booking, you want to kind of protect that part of the park. But if he's a better player, a manager would not take him off and put his left back in at centre mid to replace him. It's almost saying, I can't trust you to play in the middle of the park with a booking, so I'm going to then play my left back out of position in midfield and take you off.
I agree with that.
It depends what you're asking, though, because is that a case of like the thing City get accused of now of tactical fouling? Khedira's and one in there to break it all up, make tactical fouls. He's on a booking, he can't do that.
But I think though, if that is your job, after you've made a few tactical fouls, you're probably going to get booked anyway.
True.
Because the days of Paul Malloy taking him out of the halfway line the first 5 minutes and you get away with it.
You don't get booked.
Do you know what I mean? That's gone now. That might still be in, especially top level football, kind of champion. That's gubbed. As soon as you make your second challenge, you're probably on a booking, I would say. Yeah,
but then at this point in time, though, obviously we're basically 10 years ago, right? Now it's not a huge. Football's not been revolutionised in that time, but we see a difference now with City take it in turns to foul, whereas back then, Roy Keane would stick his foot through four people a game.
Yeah.
and then get a booking.
Uh-huh.
We're not that far from you can get away with that. So is that just? I'm just playing devil's advocate here. I'm not arguing for Khedira at all. I'm just saying.
I think
that was probably his job that game.
It probably was, but if you're trusted to do that job, then you should be trusted to play another 25 minutes in the middle of the park and not get a booking. You don't get whipped up at half time because you can't be trusted and put your left back in midfield.
True. Because if it was about Contral struggling, then they would have just taken off Contral, wouldn't they?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's kind of murky waters as well because like the different leagues kind of have different limits to what you can do before you get booked. Almost, it's kind of strange.
They let different fouls go as well. I don't know. I always feel in England some of the kind of rolling about in at this time they kind of get away with it now, but they kind of you could get a thundering challenge in Britain. It's like if you win the ball, you can take a bit of the man, you get away with it. In Spain, you could thunder into somebody, win the ball very cleanly, but get a foul given against you. So it's kind of weird in how different countries let different things go in it.
Yeah. And especially if you're on a booking and you play, then that's kind of your game. I don't know. It's a difficult one.
I've got the second half was kind of more of the same. I've not got a lot happening until the substitutions. I've just got a lot of niggly fouls, breaking up, and not really any free-flowing great chances we've had for the first
I just thought
15 minutes.
The first 10 minutes of the second half, I just kind of had that Madrid were still trying to play long balls, diagonal balls, not really getting any joy until the kind of 52nd minute I got it. Ronaldo catches Alves out of position and he kind of gets away wide. And he had three more men in the middle of the park he could have crossed to, but then he tries to shoot from wide and he kind of makes a mess of it.
Is that on the left-hand side of the box?
The first time that he kind of caught Alves out of position, then he never had any end product at the end of it or never made the right decision, however you want to kind of...
It was very kind of anonymous in this game, wasn't it?
He wasn't very good at all, to be honest.
How long have they been at Madrid at this point? Is he just gone now?
No, I think he'd had this the season before, I'd imagine.
Is it?
2010 it would have been where they made their Glasgow signings. So
he's been there a season. He should know what it's about by now.
Yeah.
The only thing I've got of note that happened was a wee kind of scuffle in the 55th minute.
Marcel, 54. But
there you go. Round about. I'm rounding up, mate. I'm rounding up. Ball played long to the right wing from Barcelona. Marcelo misjudges it, gets under the ball. Messi runs round him, and Marcelo just flicks a foot out and kicks him in the chest.
Starts going up
to each other.
Yeah, he was quite dirty in this. Obviously, Marcelo kind of caused the fight at the end, so he was quite...
I didn't note it down. Then they noticed to get booked or not. Did he get booked?
I don't know.
I can't. I seem to... I've got it in my head that he was booked, but I can't remember because I've not noted it down at all. So maybe not. But we'll circle back to Marcelo being a little bit dirty later on in the game. Really, all that happened afterwards was substitutions. Higuain, like you said earlier, came on for Di Maria. That pushed Benzema out left. Ronaldo went to the right, and Higuain was through the middle. I've got down here Iniesta's dribble in the 65th minute. This is a kind of theme of Iniesta his whole career, isn't it? But this one, he's facing his own goal.
Yeah.
And just one motion outside of his foot, spins 180 with the ball, and he's lost to he's on the edge of the Real Madrid box from the centre circle out of nowhere. He's just fucking brilliant, isn't
he? Yeah. What I've always thought about him as well is like it's not as if he's naturally got loads of pace, but when he runs with the ball, almost as if he's absolutely rapid.
Yeah, that first 5 yards with the ball at his feet. He just shifts it in a way that...
Yeah.
I think he's got so much control of the ball, though, it makes him seem quicker than he actually is. I think people are sometimes too quick for the control. Yeah, he obviously just takes out multiple players, then he gives it to Messi, and the shot's saved by Casillas, but it's all coming from him taking multiple players.
I've got down that obviously there's a lot of ability on both sides of the pitch. You know, Madrid have got a lot of good players, Barca a lot of good players, but just watching Barca, it seems a bit more fluid, doesn't it? It seems a bit more natural. Whereas most of the Madrid players, obviously they all get natural ability, but it seems very kind of structured, and you pass here, then you pass here, and you make this run. Whereas Barca, obviously they're all very structured and they've got attacking patterns, but it looks a lot more pass, move, rather than run to this area of the pitch.
Mm. Yeah, it's almost as if I wouldn't be surprised if Pep's team talk was just go and play, lads. Just go and do what he's doing.
Like, it's not. It's so detailed and so tactical, but then watching them, you go, it's just a lot of guys out there kicking a ball in it.
It looks as if they've just went, we'll make up as we go along.
Yeah, but every so often you still notice how structured that actually is. Like, high and wide, you move in here, and if he moves here, you need to move out and get somewhere else and go to this bit.
Yeah.
But the way they do it, it's so drilled into them that it seems natural.
I think you can tell as well. You can tell as well that they kind of, and this is like a big statement to say, but it looks as if almost like the Barcelona team. I don't know if it's because so many of them came through the system that it's like as if they've always played together and like they're all pally, whereas Real Madrid just look like a clump of players that have all been bought in and put together.
Well, that is true. Like, this is the kind of the peak of La Masia, and Pedro's came through it. Busquets has came through it. Guardiola's came through it. The coach has done it.
Xavi did as well, didn't he?
Xavi, coached them as a player and a manager. Messi came through. Xavi came through.
Piqué did come through, then went to Man U, then went back.
So, and then obviously the foreign imports they've brought in have been there a while and are also just kind of suited to that style of play, innit? It's not, Villa's a Spaniard, knows what it's all about, but Valencia played nice, attractive football as well. No, you're right. It probably is a case of and Real Madrid went for the Galacticos. It was the summer before. They've on the bench today. They've got Kaká. It was that summer they brought in Alonso, Ronaldo, Kaká, Benzema, Ozil, Di Maria came in as well. Like it's as the Galacticos. Money they spent, man. I mean, just the fact Ronaldo was the most expensive transfer, and then they also bought Ballon d'Or winner Kaká, best young French striker Benzema. One of the best central midfielders in the Premier League, in Xavi Alonso. Which is ridiculous, isn't it?
I know, it's mental.
Next thing I've got down is the 70th minute. There's a corner for Real Madrid. And again, Barcelona's not attacking the ball, not following runners, and Ramos is a free header. And usually you put your mortgage on burying this, to be honest, wouldn't you?
Again, it's before that, the 68th minute is where the corner comes from. Is see when Benzema goes out to play that left-hand side, Marcelo and Benzema create an overload out there who beat Alves because it's 2v1, which then forces the corner. Now, that doesn't happen if Marcelo's not on the pitch because it's just Ronaldo v Alves, and Alves had Ronaldo beating the game. Whereas because with Benzema and Marcelo's more of attacking natural left back, then they create that overload, which then comes to the corner.
Was that the corner? I thought the corner came in from the other wing.
I've got 68 minutes. Marcelo creates the overload with Benzema on the left-hand side to get by Alves, and then the 68 corner from Ozil flicked onto the front post to Benzema at the back, who volleys over the bar. No,
I'm talking about different. I'm the corner after. So again, though, you're right though. It's came from the same bit. As soon as Ronaldo's Benzema's pulled out there, you've got a better left back on. You're starting to isolate Dani Alves, and obviously he's a good defender. He's done well all game, and he still does well after this. But if there's 2 against 1, more often than not, you should be coming out with the 2.
Yeah, exactly.
I go back to this one. It's Ramos in the middle of the 6-yard box with a free header, and he puts
that's the next corner. Yes.
Yeah, it's the next corner from the right hand side. He puts it past the post, and watching it again, it was Abidal initially as marking Ramos. So they've got the combination of man marking. I think there's 2 guys marking the most threatening player. I think it's Pepe and Ramos are both getting marked. And the rest of them, they attack the ball and kind of the 6-yard box. And Abidal just walks away. And it's Ramos, and there's nobody within 5 yards of him, and he completely miscues it. I think that's aside from the goals, this was the biggest chance of the game, as far as I can remember.
Out free header.
You've seen. I think it's all more gone that you've seen him score that 9 times out of 10.
Yeah,
that exact move, ball in, good, very good leap, and completely skews it.
Like you say, it easily could have been Real Madrid's game.
Yeah,
they easily could have walked away with it.
Because if you count a couple of chances in the first half, that's about 3-4 chances they've missed. but they still managed to score 2, and I think that's probably the fact they have all these good players that they have bought in. They've not got the system to unlock it yet, but they do have good players that are just going to be good at the end of the day, innit?
Yeah, well, do you know, I was going through the most recent Champions League winners and stuff like that. I never realised Real Madrid won 3 in a row.
Yeah, well, they were the first team to win 2 in a row, and then they won the
mental. 3 in a row. I never even really realised.
It's not long after this either. It's a lot of the same players.
Because it was no, that's right.
Because it was La Decima, so obviously they won their 10th, and then I think they won their 11th the next year. Most successful European club.
Absolutely mental.
It's mental. I've got down here in the 82nd minute as well. Fabregas comes on for Pedro. Obviously, this is Fabregas on for his debut, just signed from Arsenal. Tom, I don't know how much that hurts you, mate. Wee bit. He looked perfect as soon as he came on. There was a couple of times there was one he didn't get the ball, but he made a run from, I think Dani Alves failed to pick him out. And he straight away he seemed perfect. Obviously, he'd grown up, went to Arsenal, who played good football as well. Now he's came back. I really thought he'd go on to do a lot more than he ended up doing.
Do you know what I think he might have struggled with? And obviously I don't know him personally, so I'm just assuming here.
Do you not know?
No.
Tell me this.
Played against him once. I think, see, to go into that team, though, in the position he wanted to play in, knowing that there's Busquets, Xavi and Iniesta, you're never really going to get any of them out.
No, but when he came on, he played centre mid and Iniesta went out wide left.
But
I saw Iniesta done that for Spain, didn't he?
So
yeah,
the fact that Fabregas has pushed him out of position then.
But for Pep to go, okay, I'm going to now play Iniesta out left all the time so I can fit in Fabregas, Xavi and Busquets.
Yeah,
that's a tough decision to make.
What did you do with David Villa and Pedro at that point then as well?
Yeah.
Who are wingers?
I think it's very difficult. But I agree with you, Alex, though. It's like, it must have been frustrating for him, you know?
I mean, he still had 96 appearances, scored 28 goals and won everything, so it's not as if he's not failed by any stretch, but from what we saw at Arsenal, obviously he's still done everything brilliantly, and I'm going to go on to praise him in this game, so it's kind of hard to see what I'm saying myself, to be honest with you, but I don't know, I felt as if he was going to be a world beater at Barcelona. Jesus, they've already got Xavi and Iniesta, now they get Fabregas. But then how do you fit him into the starting 11? I think it's probably the issue. Yeah,
I think it had been too difficult to push a lot of the players that were in that starting 11 out.
Yeah, a lot of guys that are kind of the best football they've ever played in their lives as well. But I've got down that his movement, just he was picking up in between the lines. Obviously, Villa struggled. Villa, I think, it came off by this point. And obviously, like you said, Tom, Iniesta goes wide left. And straight away, Ramos is struggling, I feel, because Iniesta just kind of drifts about. I think he's got a little bit better post control. But Fabregas' movement was just, he was dropping in between defenders, keeping it going, but he was really causing problems.
Yeah, and I've got 83rd minute opportunity to play Cesc Fabregas in, 84th minute, and Iniesta chips over to Fabregas, which PK blocks, and then in 90th minute, which is obviously after the goal, Fabregas ball through to Messi, saved by Casillas. So even in the small time he had such an impact on that last 10 minutes. Yeah.
Also, before all that though, Real Madrid equalised, didn't they? So 81st minute, there's a corner from the left again. Barcelona failed to clear. Bit of pinball, and then Benzema pokes it on with his left foot. It's 2-2.
Yeah. That's why I put pinball in the box, which drops the Benzema to put it in.
Again, a little bit lucky, but he has to be there. See, to be honest, a very good finish because the ball's kind of bouncing up in between his legs and it's on the half volley and he manages to dig out this shot. Not a lot of power in it, but it goes in. Again, I keep banging on it, but I feel like Gary Neville on Monday Night Football or something. But the defending from Barcelona is just terrible.
Yeah.
It's just a bit like though, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm caught between. I think Brendan Rodgers probably would have won playing the same football if he had those players. You know what I mean? That attacking side, but I just can't see past defending a corner. You can't attack the ball. Just go and head it.
Yeah.
knock it out wide, knock it into the channel, get rid of it, but it's fanning a bit.
Mm.
Now, if I'm saying that about serial Champions League winners, and I didn't play by the age of 16, but I don't know, just...
No, I mean, both their goals are very similar. It's like you say,
Scrappy.
Yeah. So, I think, sorry, that's the goal I was talking about with the run and drinking the water after it.
Is it?
Brilliant. It's brilliant.
Obviously, it was roasting. I think the commentators said at the time it was boiling hot, but it was like midnight.
He said, yeah, he said something about
that. Is that, I don't know the reasons behind it. Is that to do with the heat in Spain, or is it?
I think it is.
TV
I think
broadcasting?
No, I think it's because
primetime TV viewing for Britain.
It'll be TV. Guaranteed it'll be TV.
I think it's the temperature. I'm pretty sure I remember someone saying to me it's because the temperature drops because the sun's set by then.
Money will talk. I think if Sky was to say play the game in the heat and we'll give you this amount of money, then they'll play it.
Aye, money talks, bullshit walks.
Maybe.
Barcelona score 87th minute, not long after that. Straight away, there's an overload in the right wing. Adriano, I have to say, came on. But I don't really remember Adriano. But
just probably a squad player. I don't really remember him either.
Watching him, I feel like he was probably a bit of a utility man. I think he came on the wing and then he went, I don't know. Yeah. I think he came on the wing and then he went to a full-back position and then he was playing everywhere, really. But
sorry, I said James Milner. I meant Kurt Broadfoot.
Aye.
John O'Shea.
Marauding left-back, innit? By Fabregas on the right wing, plays it inside to Messi, who first time plays it through to Adriano, who's made a third man run, cuts it back, and Messi's falling up, half volley, back of the net, 3-2.
Great finish.
Some goal in it.
I just put obviously Adriano cross made by Messi, who puts beyond, but then I just put Fabregas as 1-2 key the Adriano to create that space to allow the cross to happen. Yeah,
I really like the run as well. Obviously, Fabregas is like on the touchline, and he rifles it into Messi, who's on kind of edge of the D, edge of the box kind of thing. And Adriano goes in between the two of them, makes a run between the fullback and centre half. First time from Messi, first time again from Adriano, back to Messi, who it's a brilliant finish as well. And it's a really difficult one. I think he makes everything look easy, but that especially, you look at that, well, that's a difficult finish.
Yeah, especially under the circumstances, well, having to score.
Great finish.
And then again, I've just got down after that. It's pretty tense and nervous. He's kind of trying not to put a foot wrong until Marcelo loses his fucking head.
Yeah.
I still felt 90, 91, 92, like Fabregas played the ball through from Messi, which was saved by Casillas. Iniesta tries to play Fabregas through, was just offside. Like Barca were still trying to attack, even though we're holding on the lead. Yeah. And then you kind of got 92nd minute, 93rd minute was like Valdez was booked for time wasting. He was holding on the ball after he came in. Then the actual let's just get this game over and done with happened.
Yeah. I think Barcelona probably had an edge. We're definitely still trying to go for it. I don't know. I just felt like it was that period in every game. If it's that finely balanced, it was still very, especially at the back. I felt Barcelona were quite nervous. You're going to be. Now, to me, what happens next, right? People go, "Oh, we hate to see that. We don't like seeing that in football." Pish. We love to see
Love to see it.
Love to see this. Fabregas gets the ball, right-hand side of the pitch, right in front of the dugouts, and Marcelo comes out of nowhere and just scissors him right behind. Horrendous
tackle.
We don't like to see the tackle, right? I'll clarify that. We don't like to see the tackle. It's not good. Afterwards is fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Obviously, it's a straight red, isn't it? First of all, get that out of the way. Straight red. Yep, agreed. So as soon as this happens, the Barcelona bench fucking erupts, right? There's security on the pitch. Did you notice that guy, by the way? Big fat guy check shot with an armband. What's that about?
I didn't notice.
Did you not notice?
How
could you miss him, man? You definitely had a different stream, didn't you?
I don't know. I must have noticed him. I just not clocked it.
Oh, it was like Father Christmas on his summer holidays, man. Brilliant, right? That's why the Barcelona bench comes out and then the Real Madrid bench just follow in. It's
Yeah.
not. People, I've seen it described as a brawl. It's not a brawl. A brawl involves punches and kicks and biting. There's a bit of pushing and shoving.
Yeah.
Ozil and Villa. Obviously, Marcel gets a red card. David Villa and Mesut Ozil, who are both off the pitch by this point, to clarify, are both on the bench. Start fighting. Both get a red card. And then the camera there's a replay happens, and it's at the edge of the scuffle. It's Tito Villanova, the Barca assistant, and Mourinho comes up and from behind him sticks his finger in his eye.
Yeah. The famous incident, innit?
What the fuck?
It's a bit mental.
It's like, come up and push him.
Yeah.
Sticking a finger in his eye.
I'm surprised that, like, I feel like people have kind of forgotten Mourinho done that. It's kind of been forgotten that he actually did that.
Aye, like, it's scumbaggery of the highest order, isn't it?
Yeah. But I agree with you, like, it was just a lot of pushing, wasn't it? Nothing much was really... I think at one point Ramos puts his hand round the second choice goalie for Barcelona's throat.
Pinto had previous. He was he was there very much the number 2. He was never going to get starting. I remember he's one of the dreadlocks, isn't he?
Uh-huh.
His first name, but he's got the
Just remember from the dreadlocks.
Aye, he's got the mad eyes though.
Yeah.
I
don't know if he's ever, like, it's the only thing, like, the only time I remember watching football growing up and there being things like that was Rangers Celtic, right?
Yeah.
But I remember Rangers Celtic, I don't know who it was Davy Weir, and it might have been Scott McDonald. It was Gary Caldwell.
Gary Caldwell, yeah, but I don't...
For Celtic, the centre-back. He went to Wigan. Caldwell, that was his name, wasn't it?
Yeah, I remember the player. I'm just trying to work out what game you're talking about here.
And I just met Davy Weir was like this to him. Like, proper, like, doing that. Or he was doing that to him, I don't know. And just comparing it to that, it's a wee bit more soft, isn't it? It's just a lot of pushing and things, but...
I don't know, Old Firm's a lot of pushing as well, really.
Yeah.
That's a good point. I kind of thought that when I was watching it. Did you just get a kind of an old, obviously all derbies are derbies, right? But you never, I've never seen a derby as much as the Old Firm. But this is the closest I've seen. Like, I've never seen Manchester United Liverpool like this. Maybe Arsenal.
You could sense the tense of it, I think.
Yeah, aye, very much so. I think as well it helps. It was 2-2 from the first leg, and it's the winner takes it kind of thing, isn't it? But
created the drama, didn't it?
I enjoyed the passion from it.
I think it's good. If you think about it, this is the fucking Community Shield, basically. Like, really, guys?
I know, but it's so much more than that, though, isn't it? Like, if Rangers and Celtic played in a friendly, it wouldn't be a friendly.
Yeah. Aye.
Or if they played in the League Cup final, it would be exactly the same. So.
Yeah.
Tom, come on. I was at that semi-final, mate. Like,
there was one point, right, when all the pushing was happening, and there was you can see Kaka on the side, and I felt really bad for him because he just seems like a nice guy, and he was
like,
just
come on, guys,
this.
let's all turn to Jesus, man. Come on.
Yeah, he just looked so like he didn't want to be there.
Did you not see on that kind of theme? Did you pick up on a young Rafa Varane on the bench at this point?
No,
it's all kicking off, and the camera. I don't even know what a camera is. The camera pans round, right, and it's all kicking off, and you've seen that just behind Rafa Varane is just sitting there looking out like, what the? He's not got up off the bench. Everybody else is poured out, and he's just sat there alone. Like, do I go up or do I just sit there?
Yeah,
he's like a rabbit caught in headlights, man.
No, that's class.
That kind of ends the game. I mean, you can't come back for it. Like, they played another, I think, 3-4 minutes after that, but it's gone by this point.
Yeah.
It's Barcelona 3-2. Some game, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's good, man. As a summary, it's just like probably looking back at it, it's kind of as expected how it kind of played out. How they set up and attempted to play, and ultimately it was a pretty even game. But Barcelona just scored their chances more than Real Madrid, and because of that, they probably deserved to win.
Yeah.
I don't know who got man of the match, but who would you two pick out?
I would have picked Iniesta, but I get Dani Alves has been a close second. But for me, Iniesta just ran the game middle of the park, created chances, made runs, was flexible in his positions, went and played left wing, played centre mid, comfortable on the ball, took players out of the game. I think this was like peak, saying that he's one of the best players of our generation.
Yeah, Mitch?
They're probably the same. Like, I'm a sucker for a centre midfielder that controls the game, so I'd probably go Iniesta as well.
Is he as good as Scholes?
He's in a different world to Scholes.
They're different players. I think if they played together, then it would be it would be good. But I think Iniesta is a different player from Scholes. This is a whole different side topic. This is a different podcast. But no, Iniesta's one of the world best for sure.
He's still playing, isn't he?
Is that in China? I think.
Is it China?
No, it's not.
Not
Japan.
I think it's Japan.
Japan. Aye. It's not. Aye. Something like that.
That's kind of interesting. I wonder why he went to Japan rather than China. Because everybody went to China.
I know.
China's
No, actually, right.
China's the money in it.
I don't know. Maybe even.
Maybe he's got family over there.
Maybe he's got family over there. Maybe, you never know. I don't know where his life's from. But that's it, really, isn't it? That's it's the game in a nutshell. I think that's as well. It's not just the game in a nutshell. That's Mourinho against Guardiola in a nutshell as well, isn't it?
Yeah. No, definitely.
Mourinho defensive, try and nick something. Guardiola wins.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much. It's like so close, but Guardiola just seems to just be pushing ahead of them all the time.
Yeah.
Mm.
Aye.
I mean, I won't lie. I did watch it while I was building a chair, so I might have missed bits.
Have you got? Is the chair finished?
Aye, it's an office chair I was building.
Have you got it there?
No, it's down the stairs. I'll insert a clip.
Aye, it's a wee photo, man.
Aye, for a home office thing. So I think I missed bits, but no, it's a class game. Game. Barcelona at their peak.
Yeah. I don't know what they went on to win this season, but I think it might have been.
Mm-hmm.
Quite possibly.
Was this not the season for against United in Champions League final?
Probably. Would have been Pedro David Villa, aye.
I think so.
It was one at Wembley, was it not in 11?
Yeah, I think so.
Awful, man.
Messi header.
Have you remember seeing Rio Ferdinand's interview after it, where like Alex Ferguson came out with tactics saying we're going to go man to man against Barcelona, and all the players were like, "Can't do that."
Yeah.
And he said it's one of the very little times that the players rebelled against Ferguson. But he said
really?
in that dressing room before the game, none of the players agreed with Ferguson's tactics. And
I've never seen that. Mate, you'll need to send me that.
He said he remembers being on the pitch and the players just been totally not believing in what they're trying to do and just knowing that they're going to get absolutely beat up.
Yeah, I remember seeing something where he was talking about it, and he said a similar effect. I might actually have seen the same thing. And he was just saying how he felt so he couldn't do anything. He was like, "There's not. Yeah. If I go close, he turns me, and if I give him space, he's running at me, and there's nothing I can do."
Yeah. Oh well, we wrap it up there then.
Aye.
So a thank you to anybody that decides to listen to this, and I'm sorry for having to listen to this, I guess. Catch you all later, boys.
Yeah.